Don't let one bad leg haunt your parlay. Parlays turn into payouts, and now even near misses won't haunt your bet. The NFL season is here, and DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, is rewriting the rules with Ghost Leg, a new game-changing promotion that turns close calls into cold, hard cash. Best of all, it's available to all DraftKings customers. Here's how it works. Build any 3+ leg pregame NFL parlay on Sunday, apply your Ghost Leg token, and if one leg loses, DraftKings makes it vanish like it never existed and pays you out in cash for the rest. Last season, over 30 million parlays were lost by a single leg. This year, Ghost Leg gives those busted bets a second life. No more busted parlays that haunt you all season. With Ghost Leg, the bad leg vanishes. The payout doesn't. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code PFF. That's code PFF to unlock Ghost Leg, the promotion that makes one bad leg disappear and pays you out in real cash. Ghost your losses, get your payout in partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours.
Let's do Rams-Titans next. Titans, coming off a tough performance, I would say just overall. Cam look good. Cam look good down the stretch. Looks like they got somebody there at quarterback, which I'm excited about. The Rams, on the other hand, man, it felt like it was just a vintage close game from them. Low scoring. We don't always see that from the Los Angeles Rams, but man, just getting it done at the end. Really impressive how they were able to come away with that win against a really good Houston Texans team and a Houston Texans defense. What do you want to talk about here? You want to talk about the Titans or you want to talk about the Rams?
Let's go with the Titans. Let's go. Look, if you're going to have a rookie quarterback, and we thought the Titans coming into this year would have a pretty solid offensive line, right? They've spent a lot of resources. There's 2 first-round picks up there. There's a lot of money they've spent on Dan Moore and Lloyd Cushenberry and Kevin Zeitler. And they didn't pass protect at all against Denver last week. And when you have a rookie quarterback, especially one that likes to hold the ball as long as Cam Ward does, you got to pass protect. Look, they had the second worst pass blocking grade in the league last week. Cam Ward was under pressure 53% of the time. You'll never win a game in the NFL, or really anywhere, if your quarterback's under pressure 53% of the time. Then you look at the matchup on the other side. We talked about it with another AFC South foe in Houston last week, but this Rams pass rush is a major problem. Jared Verse, Kobe Turner, Braden Fisk, Poona Ford, Byron Young, Josiah Stewart, whatever else they're throwing at you, the Rams are monsters up front. They had the second best pass rush grade, I should say, in the NFL last week. They pressured C.J. Stroud 41% of the time, and Stroud generally gets the ball out quicker than Cam Ward is right now. So, I mean, straight up, if you're going to spend this many resources, if Dan Moore is going to make $20 million a year, Lloyd Cushenberry is going to make his money, J.C. Latham, the first-round pick, top 10 pick at right tackle, they got to be better. They just have to. It was honestly, I know there was some good moments from Cam Ward last week, but it's almost hard to evaluate him at all if he's going to be under pressure this much. Their offensive line has to be significantly better to have a chance in this game because this Rams D-line, they're coming to eat, man. Jared Verse, you've talked about him obviously as a Defensive Player of the Year candidate. He could win that. You have to pass protect against this team at some sort of adequate level or they will eat you alive.
It makes me sad that we're talking about the Titans offensive line like this already because how many times do we talk about young quarterbacks in this situation? They just don't have the offensive line. Like they're just not ready. But I think that if any quarterback or more so than most, I should say, are equipped to still stand in there, make plays under pressure, be clutch, like Cam is one of them. So I kind of go back to what I said about the Titans preseason. I don't think the Titans are going to win a lot of games this season. But I think they're going to win 1 or 2 that you were not expecting, that Cam just goes Superman for, and he just is unbelievable. So I think that is still in the cards. I don't see that happening against the Los Angeles Rams, especially with their defensive line. You highlighted their defensive line a little bit there. I'm just going to go to the offensive side of the football. I said this when we were talking on the grade release show with Puka Nacua. We need to legitimately have him in the conversation for the best wide receiver in the NFL. I mean, how could we not? He has yet another elite receiving grade, 92.5 this past week. He has had more single-game elite grades than he has had grades below 60 in his career. if he has another elite receiving year, which he is well on his way, that will make it 3 out of 3 in the 3 years that he has been in the NFL. He caught 10 of 11 targets for 130 yards, including that game-sealing catch going up against Jalen Petrie. And speaking of Jalen Petrie, this guy was unstoppable, Dalton, on a defense that contained Jalen Petrie, Derek Stingley, Kamari Lassiter, Kalen Bullock, CJ Gardner-Johnson. All of those players played at least 92% or more of the defensive snaps. None of those guys were hurt. None of them were rotating in and out. These are the studs. This is one of the better and most talented secondaries in the NFL, and Puka Nacua had an elite receiving grade and was unstoppable against them. With all due respect, why would I think that the Titans could cover him any better? Honestly. And so when you combine how I think that the Rams are going to be able to score even more points this week than they were than they were able to score last week against the Texans, given it being a lighter defensive matchup, and the fact that this is one of the best young defensive lines in the NFL going up against one of the offensive lines that struggled the most last week, it makes it hard for me to think this game is going to be close, and I don't think that it is. I have the Rams winning this game 28-13. I just think the defensive line is going to be way too much for this Titans team, and I think the Rams offense is really going to be able to have a lot of success with Matthew Stafford back there and Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams, all those guys. So I got 28-13 as my score here in this one.
Yeah, I do think the Titans offense is really is the biggest problem here in this game. I think the Rams, I could see the Rams struggling a little bit to run the ball on Tennessee. It's a tough front to run on the interior with Simmons and Sweat and Joseph Day in there. So I don't know that they'll have their best day running the ball, but I think you mentioned it. The ability between Stafford's ability to see defenses, Sean McVay's ability to just find ways to scheme Puka Nacua open, and then Nakua's toughness, especially over the middle of the field, it's a big difference, and I think we see a little more out of Devontae Adams this week as well. Have it a little lower, scoring 23-10 Rams. It's still on the road, and I'm not quite sure that they're going to have a ton of success running the football, but you're right, that defensive line is the biggest concern in this game. Once again, we're going to say that a lot with the Rams this year, but if Tennessee doesn't pass protect any better, this is going to be ugly. It's going to be hard for them to score points.